Good morning students, welcome to online class. Hope you are keeping well by the grace of God. So students, today I am going to teach you English literature from your main book, First Flight. Chapter number 9, under the poetry segment. The name of the poem is Fog by Carl Sandburg. Guys, you open the notebook and write the name of the poem, Fog by Carl Sandburg, C-A-R-L-S-A-N-D-B-U-R-G, Carl Sandburg. Sandburg was an American poet, journalist and biographer. He was born in 1878 and died in 1967. So students, Fog, it is very short poem, consists of 6 lines. But don't think that because the poem only has 6 lines, that is why it is very easy. It is not so easy poem. The poem has an intense depth. The meaning, the theme of the poem is quite critical, and through these 6 lines of the poem Fog, Carl Sandburg has sent a message to the readers in a very outstanding manner. The poem is based on metaphor, and that I will discuss with you later. First, open your book. I hope most of the students, you have got book. Open First Flight, chapter 9, Fog by Carl Sandburg. I am reading the poem before you. The fog comes on little cat feet. It sits looking over harbor and city on silent haunches and then moves on. Only 6 lines. Very short poem. The fog comes on little cat feet. Here the poet is comparing fog as cat. Guys, you know very well that when cat comes or cat walks, we do say cat walk on the ramp. So cat walk. So whenever cat walks, its paddy feet or paws, because of its paddy feet or paws, we cannot hear the sound of the cat. Silently, without any noise, cat comes anywhere. It steals milk or other whatever eatables and silently moves away without the knowledge of the residents. So here the poet also, he has compared the fog with cat, the silent feet, the silent paddy paws. It sits looking over harbor and city. Fog, it is compared with cat. When fog descends in the morning, it captures the entire city and harbor. Nothing visible, everything invisible. And it creates hindrance to the inhabitants of that area. It hinders the normal lifestyle of the inhabitants of that area. So it descends and overpowers the harbor and city. Thick layer of fog, invisibility. We cannot see. When we see the fog, we cannot see anything. from very short distance, you are quite aware about the scene of fog during winter in our country especially. Over harbour and city on silent haunches. Guys, here haunches mean hip. Whenever cat sits, have you seen that it sits on the support of it? Hip, haunches. And the front legs straight. You have definitely seen the gesture of the cat, how it sits with the support of its hip or haunches and then moves on. After a short while, after a short span of time, the fog, it is disappeared, just like cat. The poet wants to say that when cat comes, it surveys the house, it surveys all the articles and the belongings, especially in the kitchen, and it also surveys the surroundings, whether resident is there or not, or residents are sleeping or they are awake. You know, cats are very intelligent. So silently, if everything goes in favor of cat, everything is favorable, then it gets inside the house. It steals if it can. If it cannot, then silently, without making any noise, it moves away. Just like in the morning, when you wake up in the morning, suddenly you find that it is foggy day, total invisibility, blurred, nothing is visible from very short distance. It descends silently and gradually denser and denser. But we have to give the fog some time, because we know that it is not for long time. It is not long lasting. There is a limit of fog. After some time, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, often it happens till the midday, it captures the entire area, and after that you will discover suddenly it is disappeared, just like cat. But when it captures the entire area, then it becomes the hindrance to the normal flow of life. This is the message actually the poet wants to say, and he has used metaphor, comparison, that means cat, that is symbolic, and poet also has used two phenomena. Two phenomena are one lifeless and one lively. He has compared the lively phenomenon to a lifeless phenomenon, and thus the poet has become superb. Thus he has presented the poem only through 6 lines. Fog, that is the critical study of the poem. So guys, I hope that you have understood the poem Fog, and the poet has compared fog with cat, and cat's attitude, its gesture, its noiseless pause, paddy pause, as the same whenever fog descends, especially during winter and intense cold outside, and when you wake up in the morning, you discover your entire area, it is covered with dense fog, and it captures the harbor, the city, or the entire area. But it will sustain for some time. It is short-lived. Fog is not immortal, it is short-lived. Same as the cat, it enters silently, it surveys, it sits on the support of its haunches, it looks here and there with its vigilant eyes. You know cat's eyes glitter especially in the night. So he surveys the entire area, entire house, entire area, whether the situation is favorable for the cat to enter, to get inside the house or not. And if it is favorable, it gets inside and proceeds towards kitchen, drinks milk or whatever the eatables it likes, then silently it leaves the place. Same as the fog silently leaves the area without the knowledge of the inhabitants. So guys, this is the poem and this is the content of the poem, and I'm sure that you have understood. Once again, I'm reading the poem before you.